Okay, today we want to discuss about how to avoid ants in your farm. First of all, one of the things that attract them is things they feed on. Things like fruits and some other food we offer our snails. If you can see here, this is Gary. I gave it to them 2 days ago. If I fail to remove this, it will attract ants. And like we all know, that some of them are harmful to the snails. So for me to avoid ants penetrating, I should be removing the leftover food, which I'm here to do. You can see it. You know, for you to be a farmer, you will not be somebody that will be doing like a white man. Even a white man take his animals very, very serious. You can see the snails. Most of them have found a hidden place, and some are still moving around looking for where to hide. You can see these ones here all over the world here. You can see some of them. All these corners you will see snails. So for our snails to be healthy and safe, the environment needs to be clean. So that is exactly what we are doing now. I'm removing the leftover food so that it will not attract ants. You can see them. This is ripe plantain. They have eaten the inside. This is the peels. It has stayed up to 2 days. So since they failed to finish it, I have to remove it to avoid ants penetrating because of these things. So I'm removing all these things to avoid insects penetrating, more especially the harmful ones like soldier ants and other ones. Though some of them are not harmful, but prevention is better than cure. So it's better you remove things that will attract them. Even as I'm removing these things now, even if I have no chance to feed them again today, with all these plants we have here in the greenhouse, they must find something to feed on. We have sweet potato here, we have water leaf, we have pawpaw, we have cocoyam, we even have fresh maize that we plant, and some of that grass, including cassava, which they eat the leaves of all these plants. This is the reason why raising your snails in the greenhouse is very, very good. They must find things they will feed on. Even if you didn't give them food in the next 2 days, there must be things they will eat, provided the greenhouse is consigned. You know, we have our formulated feed that we did. These are the leftover, which I'm removing. 60% of it is made up of calcium. 10% of protein, 10% of carbohydrate, and some other things that help snails to grow. That will be a lecture for another day. Then mistakenly, if you have noticed that in your greenhouse insect is being moving around, or your snails are being attacked by insects, there are things you will do to prevent it. One, if you have insects already in your farm, what you need is things that will make them to gather together at a place, so that you will know the best way to attack them. Some people use detergents. Some also dilute chemicals. But to me, and the way I see snails and other animals, I normally used to see them as my fellow human being, and I love treating them like one. I see all those things, chemical or detergent, that it may be harmful to the younger ones. So the best thing to do is dig a little hole about 4 inches. Pour red oil inside the hole. Red oil will attract those insects. They will crawl inside that hole to lick the oil. Then you pour hot water on them. After pouring the hot water on them, please, you may cover the hole with sand, but it is not well advisable. Please find a way to remove those oil and those dead ants, because snails may feed on them and also contact 1 or 2 diseases. You may say that, after all, it is a hole, I have covered it. Don't say that. Immediately the snails perceive the smell of the oil, they will look for a way to dig that ground. So that is the reason why you need to remove those oil and the dead ants. Then, if you also want to know if you have ants in your farm, maybe they have not started disturbing your snails, also dig that hole and pour oil. It will attract them. Then you now choose the best way to treat them. This is all I have to show today. Thank you. Have a nice day.